Well, Roger Federer lost today in the second round of the Halle tournament to Felix Auger-Aliassime, Canadian, with some very interesting comments afterwards. So I popped in here. We're going to take a look at what he said, what it could have possibly meant, and how much this loss might affect his Wimbledon chances, whatever you think that he had there. Also, Andy Murray is crying on grass courts again about how much he loves playing tennis, so it's feeling very nostalgic, great word, in here. Welcome to The Slice. Let's get into this most recent news in the world of tennis.
I go Federer.
Have you been watching The Slice? We're coming at you from the Delray Beach Open. Miami Open down here at the grounds of India Wells.
Hey, Novak.
We are here with the man, Milos Raonic.
Welcome to The Slice.
Well, thanks for being here, folks. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. Thank you for being a part of the Slice community. How amazing was the French Open? Again, congrats to Djokovic and the Nole fam for an unbelievable run, coming back from 2 sets to love down twice. Just insane. So now we're into the grass, and obviously, you know, this is right now the best time of the tennis year. Like, so much tennis is happening, 2 majors within like the span of a month. And obviously, the big news of the day, Roger Federer is continuing to try and make his comeback after pulling out of the French Open. Now he's on the grass at Halle, a tournament he's won 10 times, so he's feeling pretty good about it. He won his first round match, not, looking amazing, but, we don't have to look amazing as long as you get the W. He had a very tough draw here, and he came up against Felix Auger-Aliassime, like I said, Canadian. Friend of the show. I've talked to him. Really nice kid. Slightly, he's been groomed from a young age to be a pro tennis player, so a lot of his answers are very stock, but I feel like there's a personality under there, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. Felix played like an absolute beast today. So he played very well, and Federer was very subpar from what I saw and what the stats show, especially on Federer's serve. But it's not like Federer just lost to a nobody. And so there would be basically no concern, really, if Federer wasn't having struggles, pretty obvious struggles with his comeback, and if he wasn't about to turn 40 years old. If he had a loss like this, we'd be like, oh, he lost early. That's weird. He's still going to peak. For Wimbledon, like we saw with Djokovic when he lost to like Karatsev back in Serbia, I wasn't like, oh, he's not winning the French Open, even though I didn't think he would win the French Open. Obviously, Nadal was the favorite. I didn't think, oh, he's, falling off the map, but that's because he's not 40 years old and trying really hard and not really having a great time with it of trying to make a comeback like Federer is. So the reason we're concerned is because of where Federer is at physically, mentally, and in his comeback. So after he lost the match, it was well reported that he took like 2.5 hours before doing his press conference, and that's not normal. So he kind of said why. He said, I was pretty upset with the way my attitude was during this match, which is interesting because this is what elite athletes are able to do. All-time greats are able to do is when they remove themselves from their mentality and just put away negative thoughts, hold on to the positive ones, and then that's performance. That's mental performance right there. Usually, obviously, Federer's amazing at that, but he felt like he wasn't today, so he's upset. But then he said this one quote where he said he wanted to talk to Ivan before coming out to see the press, didn't want to make any silly decisions, and then come out here. So, and he kind of said, pick your head up straight, keep moving forward. I'm interested to see what did "don't make any silly decisions" mean, direct quote. There's a lot of things that could mean. There's a lot of baggage behind that statement, I think, from Federer. That could have meant, what could that mean? Skip Wimbledon? Just instant retire? He's so upset? Maybe he was fighting off those types of thoughts. You never know. This is literally my speculation. This is not coming from the mouth of the GOAT, so to speak. So what do you think he could have been thinking, and how frustrated do you think he was? Obviously, he wants to have a good Halle tournament going into Wimbledon. I think when he's won Halle, he's almost won Wimbledon almost every time after he's done that. Not for sure. Definitely not every time because he didn't in 2019, obviously. Rest in peace to those 2 match points. But anyways, Federer was upset with his mentality, like we said. But it wasn't all bad. He didn't move well. He didn't serve good. I think he only had 4 aces. But Felix Auger-Aliassime was all over Federer's serve. So that's obviously good. If Federer was serving really well, he wouldn't have been all over his serve. Felix had 15 break points, only converting 3. But Felix also had 13 aces and 87% of first serves that went in. He won the point. So that's crazy serving numbers. Very good from his side of the net. So in reality, Federer lost to a top 20 player who was having a really hot day after coming off a final the week before. It's not all doom and gloom for Federer. I think that he'll find his level after, playing multiple sets at Wimbledon on those grass courts. Obviously, he's super familiar with, most winning champion ever there at Wimbledon. And in his first rounds, he should play less hard opponents, and he'll get more match tough as the tournament goes. Or he'll get upset and lose early, and that would be very sad for all the Fed fans, including myself. If you didn't know that I'm a Fed fan, if you're new here at The Slice, this is tennis journalism from the fans for the fans. So you're allowed to be here and express your opinions, whatever they are. And I'm also allowed to express my opinions, whatever they are, because I'm not a professional stick-up-my-butt journalist. And that's just how we're going to have fun here, and that's how we do it. So I want to know your thoughts on what Federer's comments might have meant, what his chances are for Wimbledon, and I want to hear what you have to say. Also, Andy Murray, British heartthrob. I think I'm supposed to call him British because he's obviously not English, he's Scottish. But British, I think that's what he goes by. Anyways, he's back at the Queen's Club, had a great first round. He beat Benoit Paire, shocker. But afterwards, he had his interview and he was crying, blubbering on about how much he loves playing tennis. Great to see, very like 2016, also 2012 vibes when he lost to Federer in the final. Just cool to see. Like, tennis is better when Andy Murray's playing. He's one of the all-time greats. Not one of the all-time GOATs, but one of the all-time greats. And I'm excited. He's playing Berrettini tomorrow. Going to be a hot fire match. I hope he could do well at Wimbledon and get a match with one of the big guys like Djokovic or Nadal or Federer. Like, that would be absolutely epic. Also, another British player, Jack Draper, most like British name ever, beats Jannik Sinner and then Bublik to make the third round of the Cinch Championships in Queens. So that's a huge result for him and for Britain. Is he Britain's next star? He's the guy he had a really scary collapse at the Miami Open, but he's a big dude, huge serve, big strokes. He's like the ideal candidate for modern tennis physically. So is he Great Britain's next hope? I think he might be. Obviously, going to be racking up a ton of points at the Cinch Championships, and he'll have a wild card into Wimbledon, I'm sure. So very interesting. Keep an eye on Jack Draper and keep an eye on The Slice for our upcoming coverage of Wimbledon. We are so excited for the tournament. The championships to start. Most classic time of the year. Best tournament of the year. Thanks for being here, folks. Click like, subscribe, check out Courtside Sports for 10% off brand new tennis gear, and Bear Mountain, our home club, which you can check out online with the links below. We'll see you next time, guys.